think part of him had just said like he was probably fed up with me too. You know, we were just at a point where we were just like fed up. Yeah.
This is how it's gonna be, and this is how we're gonna live. I don't need this. And I'm not saying I grabbed my balls and walked out. I'm just saying that it wasn't supposed to be like that. So I had to try to change the course of time.
And just every night it was very hard for me. Like I even got a little depressed for a while, but it's in my personality to just try to keep going. Like that's all I knew to do was just keep going.
Say your name, por favor.
Nydia Torres, Washington.
My name is Kevin Bernard Washington.
So let's talk about how you guys met.
I met Nydia on accident, but it was on purpose.
Kevin and I, we met 4 years ago almost.
She had just bought the house for my mom, and
I get there, her and I like instant fall in love. And she's like, oh wait, so are you single? And I said, yeah. And she's like, oh, Nydia, my son Kevin would love you. He's tall, dark, handsome, he's in the sheriff's office. And I'm like, finally, the next day at the closing of the house, she tells me, oh Nydia, by the way, I left this table at the house. And she's like, yeah, my son Kevin's gonna come pick it up.
my mom told me to go over on Sunday. She kept stressing to go over on Sunday to pick up some stuff that she left behind.
He comes over and he just walks in. He's like, oh, I'm here to pick up the table from the lady who bought the house. He goes, you? You bought the house? And I was like, yeah.
That day we sat down. We chatted briefly for like 20 minutes. I was like, hey, you know, I don't have any friends here, so if you ever want to hang out, to let me know.
I texted him, hey, it's Nydia, happy birthday. But finally he goes, look, I would love to see you for my birthday, can we hang out? And I was like, oh yeah, of course. Where do you want to go? He's like, I don't know, we'll figure it out. I'll pick you up at 10. He came over to the house, 10 o'clock, but we sat down and started talking. We didn't go anywhere.
We talked all night.
We literally just sat for 8 hours. 8 hours. We sat, me here, him there, we just talked, the sun came up, we were like, oh wow.
By 6 in the morning. It was pretty cool. We just talked about everything.
And that's when I really did know, like, wow, I'm in trouble, I'm in love, and I didn't know this was ever gonna happen, so.
That was our first one-on-one time. It was pretty sweet.
I think he was kind of still on this, let's party all the time, let's do this all the time, and I was like, no, we have a daughter now, like we have family now, so I was a little more serious.
It was terrible, because I mean, you love somebody so much and you just can't see eye to eye.
For like a week and a half, we were just arguing a lot. He was going out a lot because his friends had birthdays and he just didn't care. Like he would go out and I'd be like, well, what about the baby? And he literally was like, well, what about her? Like, you're here to watch her, kind of, you know?
I wanted to go and do my thing because I felt like she was not allowing me to do that.
And I'm like, who is this guy, you know? And like slowly it just started piling. So one Friday I just, like I lost it. Like I was so pissed, you know? He was like gonna go out again and I'm thinking it's Friday, like what about our time together as a family, you know? What about us?
I had a long week. Just wanted to have a beer with my buddy and she didn't like that.
So like I let him have it. Like I was furious. I said a lot of things I shouldn't have said. I was like, get the F out. Like I don't want this anymore. This is done.
That shit pissed me off, dog. Like beyond repair.
After that, he was just like, it was just bad, you know? And he finally got all his stuff and he moved out. That was a moment that for me, it would just, I had never been broken like that before, ever. Like it was terrible, you know? And I wasn't that girlfriend who like kept calling him, because I didn't. I was like, he wants his space, I need to give him his space.
I didn't want to talk to her, I was upset with her. It's the first time I'd ever been like upset.
I think I got to a point where I was like, I need to move on. Like, I need to do something to just make myself feel better, because it was terrible. Like, I just felt horrible. Like, not having him just really was terrible.
I wasn't leaving Nydia to lose her. I was leaving Nydia to get her back.
But that's, I think, the critical, like 2 weeks of just him thinking about it. And he was just like, you know what? This is what I want. I want my family. Like, I don't want to be away from you anymore. And I'm like, I don't either. Like, this is what I want too. And he was just like, you know what? Like, if you'll take me back, like, I want to be back. I want to move back, and like, let's work on this. And we did.
It was just the speed bump that we desperately needed. My heart never left hers. My soul never. They were soulmates. You know, we had a trying time and we got through it. It had to happen. If it didn't happen, you guys wouldn't be sitting.
You can't hold grudges. That's key. Make a decision that I know what I want and I want to be happy with you. And when you let all of that go, you're happier yourself. Like,
I feel like now we keep it way more real than we ever have. The fear of not being together has allowed us to just say it when you feel it. Because when you hold it in, that's when you pour waves.